Namaste, good morning everyone. Thank you very much for joining this practice today. Find a seat that is comfortable. We are not sitting long today. We are moving into the flow pretty soon, but we have a chance as usual to settle for a moment and let the palms rest on your lap, perhaps midway in between your hips and your knees. Settle through the leg bones. First, the physical body becoming grounded, connected to earth, and settled so we can, in that heaviness, find lightness from the bottom, from the root up. Elevating gently and gracefully from the pelvis up to the head, finding that line of the head above your pelvic structure and relaxing the shoulders over the hips. The first few breathing cycles, as I usually say, they tend to be light, perhaps not very deep. And with those, you give yourself a moment to slowly and gradually move deeper into your body and start scanning, noticing and observing anything that may be arising or arise in this moment. Notice, like I also usually say, if there is speed trapped somewhere in the body or in the mind. And as you slowly deepen your breath, try to invite that inbox in the body, in the mind, to slowly become more empty. As we move through a fiery practice today, perhaps the practice is a reminder and a chance, a gift for you to let go the main or the goal of yoga, to release our attachments and find balance. Right effort is critical for the practice of present awareness. In the midst of changing circumstances, right effort demands moment by moment negotiation of your physical, emotional, and mental vitality. As you respond to situations that arise, is it your propensity to overreact or to underreact? In the flow of your daily life, right effort suggests interfacing with the world with just the right amount of tension. In the practice of right tension, embody a relaxed concentration, neither too tight or too slack. We bring the palms together into the heart center, and today, as we enter this practice, trying to bring the quality of right effort, we choose something to let go of. And perhaps as we release something that weighs us down, we can find that balance and move with right effort through the practice. Let's open with the Om sound. One time, deeply breathing in through the nose. Big exhale. Then breathing in again. Soft face as we connect the head down to the hands on the heart. Stay here for a moment with the reminder that this is your practice and loving awareness is the main quality that we use. So stay present, pause whenever needed, and tailor the practice for what you need in this moment. Releasing the palms down, lifting the head and opening the eyes. Welcome again, everyone. Let's move to the mat. If you just jumped in, we are going to be using something that looks like a stretchy band. If you have something similar, great. If not, no worries. We can modify. Take it with you to your sticky if you were not there like me. But if you were, just put it on the side and also have a block with you because that's how we are going to start, okay? So I'm going to come onto my back to start today, and I'm going to have the block with me, okay? So first and foremost, many of you, I think, have heard me say this before, but today we're going to be working a lot of the glutes and the legs, and with that, of course, firing our core. So for this posture that it's like a bridge pose, quote unquote, but it's not exactly the same. We are going to be doing a lot of exercises in this position. I want you to create in your head, take your mind into your core area and connect your pelvic floor to your lower ribs or floating ribs, and to firm your hips into one another towards your belly button. So we are creating an action that I call a diamond shape action. So from the bottom we lift, from the center or the lower ribs we move down, and from the hips we move into the center, right? So that shape, and we want to keep that, so we fire the core and the glutes, very necessary to support the lower back and many other things, okay? So I'm going to start with my block like this, flat in between my thighs. It's not all the way into the bottom where my pelvis is, but it's a little closer to the knees, even though it's not exactly at the knees. Okay, so a little below the knees, and I'm pressing into the block, of course. Here is my helper, as usual. And then, keeping that connection in that diamond core, I'm going to lift like if I'm coming to the bridge. Now, the difference is that when I come up into a bridge, usually my ribs pop and widen, because part of the bridge is that back bend where we want to expand and open the chest. In this one, because we are working our core, hips and legs and glutes, I don't want that. So you're not opening up the chest or flaring the ribs, okay? So that's what we are going to do. We are going to keep the arms to the sides for this first version. Activate your glutes, lift there, right? So you can lift and hug that block in between the legs. And now with your hands, even you can go there to your ribs and your hip points, and notice if the ribs are popping up, okay? So you want a long line there, connecting the lower ribs into the hip bones, or connecting that area together, the hips into one another, and you will start feeling those glutes firing, okay? So as you press firmly with your feet into your mat, keeping that action there, we are going to go for 10 very slowly, just down and up in pumps, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and stay there. Again, connect those actions, right? Like I said before, that core, stay there, press into the block, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Good. Now I'm going to keep holding that block, keep that line, keep the core working, the glutes really firing, and you're going to bring both your heels up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and down. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Take a moment there. Stay. Keep firing those glutes. I'm sorry. Fire. Bring the arms up. Take with your left hand, pushing to your right palm and press up with that right arm so you open up that right wrist. Keep firing those glutes. Sacrum in. Almost there. Then we switch. Press into the left palm, extending the left arm. Good. Then send both your arms overhead. If you have the space, extend through the fingertips. And then very slowly bring the torso down towards your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Then I'm going to take that block and I'm going to hold it for a moment. Sorry, people can't see me. Okay, good. And now I'm going to show you how I'm going to modify this, okay? So now I'm going to use again my block. This time, I'm going to bring the block in between my thigh and my hip. So I'm going to hold it there, okay? I'm moving again so you can see me again. Okay, watch. So I'm putting thigh and block, okay, in between. So I'm going to hold there, that will fire here, okay? Then I'm going to bring my lace fingers behind the head. I'm going to keep the elbows down and I'm going to lift my right leg up, okay? So the left leg is holding my block all the time, the thigh into my hip or into my belly, and the right leg is up, okay? And the movement that I'm going to do from here, again, keeping that action of the diamond core, I'm going to inhale, exhale, without touching. Inhale, exhale. Now I want to show you something. If this feels like it's a lot, you can modify this by doing this, tap and up, okay? Tap and up. The other one is a little more fiery, okay? Let's go for 5 here. I'm hugging on one side, I'm extending on the other side. Inhale, exhale. Three more. Good. Then press down with both. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And I'm going to switch. I'm going to hold my block on the other side, catching that block in between the thigh and the belly or lower belly. Okay, hands behind the head. I'm going to extend. My blocks are hard. Good. Then I'm going to extend the left leg. Keep hugging that block with your right thigh and then keep the core working, right? So the lower ribs moving down, belly button in. Let's go from here. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Lift up, bend the knee, touch down, take that block out, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Nice, okay. Torture isn't over. If you have this stretchy band, now you're gonna take it and we are going to put both our feet inside that belt. If you don't have it, you can do this without the stretchy band, or you can even put just a belt around your hips, even though it's not going to move so much, right? You're not going to be able to move so much, but you could also, if not, keep the block and work with the block again. So in this one, I'm putting my belt again on my thighs, not again, but on my thighs. And this time I'm going a little closer to my hips. It's not completely on my hips, but it's kind of like midway in between knees and hips. I'm just bringing it a little closer so I can feel the sensation of pressing into it, okay? Again, I'm going to move into that bridge shape, okay? Opening the chest, but I'm going to draw those floating ribs down into the pelvis, hips into one another. Glutes are going to be completely fired, of course, and I'm pressing through my feet and spreading the toes as much as I can, okay? So now, again, from here, keeping that, we lift into the bridge pose, and we're going to do for 10. We're going to open and close, okay? But we're going to keep the steadiness of the legs and the core by lifting the sacrum. Glutes are active, and I'm not popping into my chest, okay? So I'm going out, in, out, in, out, in. 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay there, don't come down. And now again, we are going to do pumps in the glutes, okay? So try and keep this super steady. 1, 2, 3, 4, they are small. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, we are back up. Keep that, okay? Sacrum in, glutes super fired. Bring the feet a little closer. And now we are going to extend right leg and touch down. Extend left leg, touch down. Keep the hips steady, up and down, up and down. One more, up, down, up, down, and then slowly bring it down to the sticky. Good. Take that belt out. Put it just on the side. Hug the knees in. Rock from side to side. Put both your feet on the sides of the mat, on the edges. Open the arms to the sides. Let both knees drop one way. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Good. Back to center. And we switch over to the other side. Relaxing the upper back. Good, back to center. Hug both knees in again, and now rock over front and back a few times. Good. Take a momentum so you can switch into the hands and knees, okay? Here we go, from hands and knees. Let's take one cat-cow, inhaling. Exhale. A few repetitions here, okay? Inhaling. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And one last. Good. From there, coming to the neutral, we're going to play again a little bit with glutes and core, okay? So make sure that your hands are under your shoulders. Press firmly, and if you need, you can move your fingertips just a little bit towards the sides of your mat to give a little more space into the collarbones and the chest, and also to make sure that your the base of your thumbs are pressing down, okay? If you need at any point to bring your knees down and do the exercise with your knees down, you do that. I'm going to move into the plank, and again, we are going to find that diamond core. So lower ribs move into the pelvis, pelvic floor lifting, push the mat away and firm the shoulder blades into the back of your chest. And we're going to lift the right leg up and down, the left and down and up. It's not super high. I want you to activate your glutes and your core, okay? Up, down, up, down, one more, up, down, one more each side, up, down, up, down, good. And then push back into downward facing dog, widen the feet, and walk that dog a few times. You can move your hips from side to side. Give yourself a moment here to extend and feel the opening, activating the leg muscles. And mainly, you know, for these first down dogs, and usually we want to push the mat, the sticky away, lengthening the arms and creating more strength there. Inner line of your arms is super strong, and you're sending the outer shoulders back to release the neck and the head, okay? Now, can you make that diamond shape core in your body in this down dog once you find more stillness? Okay, find it there. One more breath. Good. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to start a little sequence, okay? Well, it's not little, actually it's long, but from here, before I start the sequence, what we're going to do is to keep that core working, and we're going to lift both heels and then bring them down. And again, up and down. 3 more, up, relax the head, down, up, down. Good. With that same idea, I'm going to press into my right foot, extend the left leg up and back, keep the pelvis steady, okay? So don't open the left hip. The pelvis is neutral. Drag that lower belly up. And for 5, again, we're going to lift the right heel and down, and up and down. 3 more, keep the arms steady. Last one. Good. Then bring that right knee towards the chest, hollow the belly, bring the left foot forward, right knee comes down, and we come up. Good. Now in here, I want the pelvis to stay steady. So no arching, no tilting, okay? Sacrum heavy, arms up. Take a deep inhalation. And exhale, find that core, firming the hips in, drawing the ribs down. Find right effort. Press into the front foot. Soften the face. Keep the neck long but soft. And now we are going to catch the right wrist or forearm, pull, and tilt over to the left. Press into that left big toe mound. Press into your right inner knee to stay steady. And keep sending the sacrum down and the belly up. Good, then we come back to center. We bring the hands into the heart for a moment, okay? Stay there, steady. Another one coming. My back foot is, you can see that the toes are under, right? So I tuck my toes. And from here, keeping the steadiness in the core, we are going to work for 5, trying to lift that back knee a little and down, okay? So I'm going to lift and touch. Lift and touch. Lift and touch. 2 more. Up and down. Up and down. Release the air, fiery. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. We are going to now bring the hands down. Lift that right knee again. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lengthen through the trunk. Right hand down, and we twist over to the left. Shoulders back. Send the left hip back. Good. From here, I'm releasing the left hand, lengthen again through the torso, and we lift up into the high crescent. Pelvis neutral, sacrum long. Lift the belly button up to the nose. Good. Good. And then from here, you can keep the arms where they are or hands to the heart. We're going to move forward into warrior 3. Keep the firmness in the hips. Lift the inner right thigh. Lengthen the front spine. One more breath. Good, then slowly coming down. We are going to turn the back foot down and I'm going to open, but I'm going to also turn my left foot in and we are going to come into the goddess shape, we call it. So toes out, I'm letting my hips become heavy for a moment, settle here, lift the trunk. Good, from here I'm going to bring my hands, lace fingers behind the head, or you can just touch with your fingertips the sides of your head. Keep the torso long and we drop the hips, okay? From here, I'm going to go side to side. Inhale, exhale to your right. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Back to center, straighten both legs, release the arms. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Turn the back foot in. Bend the front knee as you send the left foot forward, warrior 2. Good. Inhale in reverse. Exhale, stay. Lift through the inner arch in your right foot. Back to the warrior 2. Bring both arms down. And now from here, I'm going to extend into plank. I'm going to roll over to the left for side plank. You can put one foot in front of the other, lift shoulder blades back into the back of your heart. An option here, if you want, upper leg, you can bend the knee, put the foot behind, and go a little further up and back. Then I'm back to center, plank pose, and back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Good, let's go into plank. Lower, you can use your knees. Inhaling cobra pose. Roll the shoulders back and down. Exhale. Down dog. Up we go. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, let's go with the second side. Now I'm going to press into my left foot. That leg is strong and steady. I'm going to send my right leg up and 5 times we lift the left heel and down. Keep the pelvis neutral, belly button in. 3 more. Steady arms, press through the base of your thumbs. Good. Bring the right knee to the chest, hollow that belly. Right foot forward, left knee comes down, and we come up. Second side. Good. Firm the hips, send the arms up, lengthen the front of the spine, and find that core by sending the floating ribs down, pelvic floor lifting, sacrum long. Sides of the body are the place where your arms start, okay? Good. Now right hand catches the left forearm, pull, come over to the right. Back to center. Good, hands to the center. Take a moment here, relaxing the shoulders, just a pause before we go into the next part, okay? So tuck your back toes if they were not tucked, firm the front foot, keep that core steady. We are going to try and lift that back knee for 5, okay? So 1, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down, lift the left knee, squeeze inner thighs, lengthen the front of the spine. Left hand down, we twist over to the right. Roll the shoulders back. Send the right hip to the back of your mat. Lean back. Slowly release. Squeeze through the hips again. Lengthen through the trunk. And we come up to the crescent. Find that length through the sides again. From here, we'll take it into the warrior 3. So either hands to the heart or arms on top if you want. We shift the weight of the body. This is my leg that it's injured. So if you see me changing or stopping, it's just because of that. Trying to lengthen through the spine, firm the hips in. Another breath. Good, then slowly take it down. And again, I'm just switching so you can see. We turn the back foot parallel to the back end of the mat. This would be like this, but then we are going to lift and turn both feet again so we can come to the same shape that we did before. It looks like the goddess pose, okay? Now I'm going to change it a little bit in this one. Remember in the other one we did side to side. In this one, I'm going to keep my hands in front of the heart. And look at this, we're going to do a little bit of more mobile work here, okay? So I'm going to send the weight of my body to one side, lift one knee and come back. And then up and back, okay? Again, up and back and up. So it's opposite knee to elbow. Down. Again, up. Trying to go as low as we can with the hips. One more time. 1 and 2. Coming back to that goddess. Good. Straighten both legs. Bring the feet parallel to one another. Take a deep inhalation, arms up. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Super. Then I'm going to turn my right foot towards the top of the mat, bending into the warrior 2. And we reverse. Inhale. Back to the neutral. Take the hands down. Plank pose. Good, and we go over to the side, over the right side plank, shoulder blades back, lift through the left arm. Option here to take that left foot behind and take it a little further up and back. Sacrum in, hips in, opening the chest. Back to the plank. Take your vinyasa or skip it. We meet in down dog. Good, child's pose. Knees down, release, and take a breath. Good. An opportunity to come back to your breath and slowly slow down the heartbeat, the pace of the breath, and notice, watch, listen to things that are arising in this moment. A few more cycles here to slowly move deeper into ourselves and let go of what you're holding so you become lighter and more attuned to the present moment to apply right effort. Not too tight, not too pushy or aggressive, and not too loose or slack, giving in. Good. Then slowly from here, we are going to lift up and return to downward facing dog. Find that shape again, relaxing the neck and the head, send the outer shoulders back, and again, find that diamond core shape, okay? So hips into the center of your pelvis, dragging the lower ribs down, lifting the pelvic floor. Let's inhale the right leg up. Right foot comes forward, lengthen again through the spine, and bring the left knee down. I'm going to bring my right arm inside the right leg, and I'm going to move that right foot a little bit out, okay? From here, cat-cow, inhaling, arch, exhale, round. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Good, back to the neutral. And if you have the ability here to bring the forearms down, you bring the forearms down. If you need the blocks, you can put them there. If this is too much, just stay on your hands, okay? So we are opening there, the hip flexors. You can turn the right toes a little bit out if you need. Keep dragging the belly button in, lengthening the spine. One more breath. Good. Then slowly coming back into your hands. And I'm going to lift the left knee and walk that right foot towards the center of my mat. I still have my hands in my sticky. And I'm going to let my right knee drop over to the right. It looks a little bit like a pigeon, but I'm not like letting my torso come down, right? You can see my hips are not all the way down. So my right outer edge of the foot is pressing into the sticky. The right knee is dropping over to the right side. Push the mat away, lengthen the spine. One more breath. Back up we go, down dog. Pedal the feet and shift a little. Second side, left leg goes up. Left foot forward. Lengthen through the spine. Bring the right knee down. Open that left foot a little bit to the left so you can bring that left arm inside. Good, cat-cow here 3 times. Inhale, exhale. Activate that core, okay? Inhaling, we open up, shoulder blades down the back. Exhaling, drag that belly button in, round, round, round. One more, inhaling, exhale. Good, we come back. And then if you have again the blocks or the space there to bring the forearms down, do so. You can turn the left toes out a little and give yourself a little bit more space. Remember, right effort, right? So if coming with your forearms down means that you have to overexert or be tight or too tight, then that's not the place to be. Remember, right effort. Lengthen the front of the spine, keep the shoulder blades firm behind the chest. Good, and then slowly press into your hands. Walk that left foot in towards the midline of your mat, okay? Lift that right knee, and then let that left knee and left thigh or shin drop over to the left, okay? Push through your right heel, toning the right leg, and let that left knee just naturally drop, okay? Lengthen the spine. Last breath. Good, hands down, back to down dog. Vinyasa optional here if you want to add. Coming to the plank. Back to down dog. Good, let's come one more time into the plank. Push through the heels, drop the belly, draw the belly up, lengthen through the crown of the head, and slowly come all the way down. Good. Now in here, we are going to bring the forearms in front of the face, the head, and put the forehead down. Take a moment here, release. Again, resetting the pace. Good. Okay, from here we go a little bit more, okay? So extending through the legs, and again, activating that core, like I said from the very beginning. I'm going to just show you, okay? But you can keep your head, sorry, the forehead onto your hands, okay? I just want to show you, but I'm going to keep that when I come back again to do it together. I'm going to bend my left knee and I'm going to push through my left heel, okay? And the action here is to keep firming hips in, the core the same way that I said before. And for 5, we are going to lift, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? The idea here is that we are working the glutes, okay? So we are not trying to arch the lower back, but firm the glute and the hamstring, okay? Let's go for 5 more, same side, 5 more, okay? And 1, it's not very big, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, release that, shake it a little, big breath. Good, now we know that we are going for 10 second side, okay? So extend through the legs, drag the belly button in like a hook, bend your right knee, push through your right heel. When you're ready, remember, it's core oriented. It's not how high you go, it's how much we can activate and firm and bring the brain into the glutes, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release, shake a little bit. And from here, we are going to press into child's pose and reopen the lumbar muscles. Releasing here. Good. I'm going to modify this child's pose a little bit so we can also work a little bit more into the upper back. So send your arms to the sides like a T letter. And as you stay with the forehead supported, either into your sticky mat or maybe you add a block or a pillow there, extend the arms really far out, like if you can detach your shoulders and shoulder blades off your midline, okay? Try and do that. Good, one more breath. And then we are going to send the arms back and you're going to try and lace your fingers behind the lower back. If that is not happening, take your belt or even the stretchy band if you had it close by and you hold it, okay? If you cannot lace the fingers. Then from there, we roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades towards your tail, keep the forehead supported, extend the arms behind you and pull those shoulders away from your ears, okay? Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and let's be a little bit more mobile here by letting the shoulders go one way and the arms, right? One way as the chest goes opposite, then back to center and over to the other side. I'm still pulling my shoulders away from the neck, okay? Going one way and the other. Just a couple of times like that. One more. And release. Slowly press up. Bring your legs in front. Ah, good. Okay, and come over to your back. Hug both knees in. And as you squeeze your legs in, rock from side to side. Good. In this one, we are going to do the following. I'm going to open my arms again like a T letter, like what I did in the child's pose, but a little different. And I'm going to put my feet down for a moment, okay? Just want to show you. So from here with my arms to the sides like a T letter, I'm going to go from where I'm touching with my feet. I'm going to hover into the floor and I'm going to take both my knees to one side towards the elbow, then back without touching and over to the opposite elbow, okay? So it's core, coming back. I'm kind of like flying low over my mat and then the floor, then back down and over to the other side. Now, as you keep going with this, I want you to try and find that connection into the core when you bring your knees in, okay? And not only that, I'm adding more. Try to keep your shoulders super heavy, mainly the shoulder that is the opposite of the side you're going, okay? See if you can do that. One more time each side. Then back to center, release the feet down, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, roll over to the side and press up to a seat. We are not done, I want to show you something. Good, so on the seat, we are going, if you want, you can have a blanket under the sitting bones and be a little bit more elevated. I'm going to bring my feet together for the Baddha Konasana shape. If you need to pad your legs under with something, please do. I'm going to hold both my feet. I'm going to lift the spine first. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Release the inner thighs, the knees, without forcing, okay? Without pushing. One more breath. Good. Now, opposite to what we usually say, I want you to let your torso come over the legs, but I want you to let it be super soft and rounded and let it just hang there, okay? So we are not holding it tight or opening the chest, let it just go and drop there and stay there with the neck long, the head heavy. 3 breaths here, long, deep. Try to make your breath even, if possible, on the way in and out. One more. And then slowly lift up into the seat. Good, bring the knees towards one another, and we are going back onto our backs. Hugging both knees in, cross the right shin over the left one, bring the feet in, press the feet into your body. You can, if you want, rock from side to side or just stay where you are, into the center, grounding through the back of the pelvis and softening the shoulders down. Switch on to the second side. Good. Before we finish, and I'm going to possibly go over a little bit, I want to give you a couple of options for what it's coming now, okay? So one can be, if you're just starting this practice or restarting, or you're like wanting to do something more structured and what we usually do, you're going to take a bridge pose like we did in the beginning, but you're going to let that chest open up and you're going to try and work towards coming towards the edges of the shoulders for that bridge pose. Of course, we are using the core the same way as we did before, with the glutes fired, the sacrum in and the hips in, but we open up more, okay? If you want to take that bridge a little taller and make it a little bit, I'm going to say, in the next level, and go a little bit more towards what it would be a wheel pose or even a shoulder stand, I have this little trick that you can try today. I'm putting 2 blocks next to one another. They are flat, right, like a long line, and then over that I'm going to put a folded blanket, okay? And I'm just going to make sure when I do that, that the blanket is just covering the blocks a little. My blocks are hard because they are like cork, and so they are super hard. If you have foam blocks, maybe you don't need the blanket, okay? From there, I'm going to put the edges of my shoulders into those blocks, and I'm going to let my head drop. If the head is super far from your sticky mat, then you need to add an extra blanket or a pillow, okay? Because this is going to, if not, bring tension in the neck, and we don't want that, okay? And then from there, setting my feet and making sure that I have that support at the very edges of my setup. I'm going to lift, okay? So this will be a more elevated shoulder, not shoulder stand, but bridge pose. And I'm going to stack, or not stack, squeeze my shoulder blades in, press through the feet, and you can either catch your hands underneath or just keep the arms to the sides, okay? Like if you want to catch your heels. So this is a more elevated way to also open up the chest, work on the shoulder blades moving into the body, activating the core through the glutes, sacrum in, under thighs, lifting up. And it's a really nice way to work towards that wheel pose, okay? If you want to experience this one, I think it's a good one to try it out. If you want to go to the wheel, you can do that one instead. Stay there for another breath. And when you're ready to take it down, if you're doing that version, if you have another breath in there, take it, and then you slowly come down, you roll over, we move those things, those toys out, and then we come back into our backs, okay? Hug the knees in, We are ending from here, okay? So if you feel like you need a twist, go to the twist. If you need a happy baby, go to the happy baby. If you want to end with a shoulder stand or your legs coming towards the wall, you can do that and put the legs towards the wall, okay? So find the shape that you need to move towards the end, towards stillness. And whenever you have in your mind how you want to reset and recalibrate, come on to that form and let go of everything. Don't rush. As we move towards the end, after committing to this practice, after the journey towards balance, towards right effort, we have the ultimate practice, letting go.